Let's get the latest on the federal response from FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell. Administrator Criswell, you were just in Florida yesterday. Give us a sense from what you saw of the scope of this catastrophe.
Good morning, John. You're right. I spent the last 2 days in Florida, Friday traveling with the governor and Saturday traveling around to see some other parts of the state. And what I can tell you is that there is a lot of devastation, significant damage in the point of impact on the west coast of Florida, but still homes underwater in the central part of Florida as they were still doing active rescues right before we got there on Saturday afternoon. And so this is going to be a long road to recovery, and there are a lot of people that are impacted. But we also know that we're still actively in the search and rescue phase, trying to make sure that we are accounting for everybody that was in the storm's path and that we go through every home to make sure that we don't leave anybody behind.
As you mentioned, you spent a lot of time with Governor DeSantis yesterday, or on Friday. What is your sense of the coordination between the Biden administration and the DeSantis administration on this?
Yeah, I spent the whole day with Governor DeSantis on Friday and wanted to really hear what his concerns were and what resources he might need to help support this. I committed to him that we would continue to bring in resources to meet the needs, not just for this response and the stabilization, but as we go into the recovery efforts. And so it was good to be able to see some of the damages and talk to the people directly while we were together, so then he could let me know what kind of resources and assistance he might need.
And the death toll, I mean, we've been talking about this being the deadliest hurricane for Florida in more than 60 years. Why was it so high? Was it because the forecast was off? It was expected to hit Tampa and ended up hitting further north near Fort Myers? Or was it because local officials, particularly in Lee County, delayed in issuing an evacuation order?
Yeah, this was a catastrophic hurricane, John, which we knew was going to have devastating impacts and widespread impacts. The storm itself was fairly unpredictable in the days leading up to landfall. Just 72 hours before landfall, the Fort Myers and Lee County area were not even in the cone of the hurricane. And as it continued to move south, you know, the local officials immediately, as soon as they knew that they were in that threat zone, made the decisions to evacuate and get people to safety. We knew that there was going to be a significant impact to life here, and so we pre-staged a large number of search and rescue resources from across the federal family to embed right with the state resources to go in immediately following the storm, and that's exactly what they did. They were out before daybreak on Thursday going into these communities and making sure that they were finding people that needed immediate assistance. They are still there today, going house by house to make sure we account for everybody.
And you still have a major effort going on in Puerto Rico in the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. What can you tell us about the situation there?
Yeah, so we have not stopped our response efforts and our recovery efforts in Puerto Rico. Hurricane Fiona left significant impacts across the island, and we saw island-wide power outages that, as of my report yesterday morning, 90% of the customers in Puerto Rico have been restored with power. We are committed to working with the Commonwealth. We are bringing in our federal partners to make sure that we continue to move forward in supporting all of those people that have been impacted by that, to include individuals that have had a lot of damage to their homes, a lot of water damage this time as compared to previous hurricanes. And so we've got people on the ground. They've been there since the storm made landfall. They're going to stay with the people of Puerto Rico as we go through the recovery efforts there.
All right, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, thank you for taking time to talk to us on a very busy day.
Thank you, John.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.